Once upon a time, in the cold, desolate Arctic, there was a small island named Mesyatsev. It was formed from a massive ice sheet with a thin layer of dust covering its surface, making the island appear as a gray gem lying amidst the vast white ocean. Mesyatsev was not as famous as the larger islands in the Franz Josef Land archipelago, but it still held a unique story of its own. Mesyatsev was once part of a huge ice mass connected to the larger island of Evaliv. However, one day, before 1985, Mesyatsev broke away from Evaliv, beginning its lonely journey across the icy sea. At first, the island bravely withstood the harsh cold and fierce winds, maintaining its shape with a surface area as vast as $1.1 million m2, equivalent to about 20 American football fields. However, on a particularly cold winter day, southern winds brought an unusual warmth to the region. Warm ocean currents began to flow in, making Mesyatsev feel less frigid than before. Gradually, the massive ice blocks started to melt, water dripping slowly into the sea, causing the island to shrink. By 2010, the island's area had significantly decreased, leaving only half of what it once was. But something extraordinary happened during the summer of 2024. A group of students from the Moscow Aviation Institute participated in a research project called RiskSat. They used satellite images to monitor changes in the Arctic's ice islands and were surprised to discover that Mesyatsev was still there. Though it had shrunk to a tiny remnant of only about 3,000 metyks, the island seemed to be holding on to whatever remained of it. The group of students closely monitored the small island throughout the summer months. They noticed that the rate at which Mesyatsev was melting had slowed down, much to their surprise. Some researchers speculated that the thin layer of dust on Mesyatsev's surface had once helped it absorb more heat from the sun, accelerating its melting. However, when strong waves and heavy rain washed away this dust, the island's ice surface became brighter, reflecting more sunlight and slowing down the melting process. Yet, on September 3, 2024, when the students returned to check, they no longer saw Mesyatsev in the satellite images. The island had completely disappeared, leaving only a void in the cold sea. They felt a deep sadness at the sight of the island finally melting away, but they also realized that Mesyatsev had shared with them a valuable story about climate change, the power of nature, and humanity's responsibility in protecting this planet. The story of Mesyatsev became a vivid reminder of the changes we are witnessing on Earth. After completing their research project, the students decided to share this tale with as many people as possible. They organized talks, wrote small articles, and even made a short documentary so that others could understand the importance of protecting our environment. Although Mesyatsev Island had disappeared, its story lived on in the hearts of those who had heard of it. It was a tale of a small piece of ice amid the vast ocean, once bravely resisting the changing world and eventually melting away in silence. But more importantly, it touched the hearts of many and inspired concrete actions to protect nature so that other islands would not face the same fate as Mesyatsev. And so, Mesyatsev Island fulfilled its final mission, becoming a symbol of climate change and a call to protect the environment from the frigid Arctic itself.